Hi guys, I've been asked to do a quick check-in on Taylor Swift because the new album's coming out and how is it going to go down. So let's have a look. So the album is called The Tortured Poets Department. It's probably going to be Bashing Joe. That's kind of the way these things go down. I did actually hear it doesn't meet expectations. Now you got to remember, her fans, no matter what, the die-hard fans are gonna be buying it no matter what, but it's going to be heavily critiqued, I think. She's a great songwriter. I really think she's a great songwriter. Her song's very catchy. I don't know her album. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan like that, but I can appreciate it. But I don't feel this is going to be appreciated. But the lyrics, something with the lyrics. Guys, I'm not joking. I just heard Petty High Schooler. Now there's certain albums we get, your anger, your rage of a breakup, but it's cylindic. They're trying to say cylindic. You know the word cycle? It keeps going and going and going. Oh my God, I'm going to get hate for this. There comes a point, like, when are you going to kind of grow up kind of thing? You know, bashing, new album bashing, new boyfriend bashing, again, cycle. I'm hearing acknowledgement. So her needing to have acknowledgement of these relationship patterns she's in, which I don't see happening. I even feel there could be another 2 or 3 albums, to be fair, with the same consistency. It's like they're bloody baking. What are they talking about there? Right, how is the new album going to go down? Again, I keep hearing diehards. So the diehards, 1,000,000%, it's still going to sell well. Let's have a look. Well, that pretty much sums the whole album up. Heartache, sadness, anger, despair. So it does look like, yes, quite obvious. It looks like it's going to be the breakup album. Heartache, sadness, anger. Now, this is the thing, guys. This is kind of what I was trying to say to you. Now, the devil is about temptations and addictions. Now, I said before I didn't think she was over Joe. And the devil, temptations, addictions is like trying to have a swipe. I'm seeing a cat trying to have a little swipe at him, you know? It's that she's not over it. Now, some people will write an album because it's therapeutic and it's good to write everything out, but that she's still in that zone where she's not. She's angry. And I just feel, I'm hearing kitten swipes, these tiny little swipes. But it's in a toxic way. It's not in a good way. It's not in a way where you're getting growth from that experience that she had. She's not in that moment at all. It's just, I mean, these cards are looking pretty goddamn toxic for the album. I don't mean in sales, I mean as in the content, okay? Yeah, straight away, extremely defensive. This is literally somebody blocking somebody. Literally, this is her saying, nope, it's not me, it's on you. So I definitely feel you're going to get a lot of that there, a lot of defensive maneuvers. I'm even hearing a joke about Warcraft, as in strategic battle zone, and the way she'll word things and how she gets it out. I still feel he's going to stay pretty quiet about this, by the way. The balance is off in this connection and in this album mainly, so it's going to be pretty much put all on him rather than what she could have done. Do you see what I mean? So I just think it's getting to that thing. I'm not sure how old she is now. I think she's early 30s, where that's what I mean about being critiqued, because there's only a certain level you can get to where you can keep doing that at that age, if that makes sense. It's a bit high school kind of thing. Now let's see what else we've got. So that's not great to do with the content straight away, okay? She is trying to build a new chapter. Again, guys, now I said before we were talking about the marriage card came up, that Kelsey wanted to marry her. We were on about having children, talking about children, and people were like, she's on tour, so she can't have kids right now, which makes sense. But I still see that, she is looking at motherhood. I mean, this is the motherhood and the pregnancy card right there. Okay, the fertility card as well. And she's looking for this new start, this fresh new start, this family. I think this is almost like closure. This album is closure. It's almost like she's trying to wipe the slate clean before she can move on to a more balanced kind of life, that she does want to be a mum. Okay, I do feel that. And I know that the last time we did a reading on Travis, he really did see her as being like the mother figure. And they were even talking about kids back then. But let's see. I do get, though, I do get she could actually end up marrying him. I mean, the Two of Cups means she sees this as her long-term partner. She's focusing on him right now. We have the fertility and the family card energy here. We do get the Judgment card. And I think that could be to do with the actual album. I think she's trying to close the door. Now, let's just have a look at Jo quickly, how she still feels about Jo. I mean, harboring resentment was one of the things I just got. Harboring resentment. Harboring resentment. She wants to get it out in the open what actually happens. It's like she's bit her tongue for too long. That's what I'm kind of hearing. She's bit her tongue for too long. She wants it out there. And again, I keep... I don't know, so I'm laughing. I know she loves the cats. I keep seeing a paw, like a kitten's paw, just swiping these little swipes. Which is to be expected when you see her other albums. I used to love looking at the lyrics and think, who's that about? Is that about Harry Styles? Right. Let's see. How does she feel about Jo right now? How does she feel? How does she feel? Oh, God. Well, the Chariot means being torn. Still having affection and feeling. You got Travis and you've got him. She's still torn in her heart. She's still torn. In a way, it's almost like, okay, I know she's with Travis Kelce, but this whole energy is still keeping your options open, still looking to see what's out there. Now, usually when I do a relationship reading, if I said how into you is this guy, if I got this, it means he's looking outward. And if I got the Chariot, it means he's not fully focused on the connection. There's still something pulling them away. So yes, like I said before, I still feel she's not over him. Four of Pentacles is quite interesting. I do feel this is all allegedly it's just for fun. I do feel in a way she's going to be a little bit possessive and a bit jealous if he moves on. Now, we can get like this with our exes. It's not, it's common knowledge. But there's this kind of possessive feeling here over him still. There's still that kind of possessive energy over him still in her feelings. And guys, the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups still means like love, affection, wanting to reach out, wanting some closure, like a message. She hasn't got the closure she needs. And I feel because she hasn't, this album, Venomous, she's still into Jo from what I can see. Yes, I feel she's going to try and move ahead with Travis. Yes, I do feel that he definitely wants marriage and kids. And they've been speaking about kids and she does want that in her future, okay? I think sooner rather than later, the next 2 to 3 years maybe. But overall, there's still that affection and that connection, which I've always said she has with Jo. And it's a different mentality. It's a different way they communicate. It's a different way they think. But they're both artists, okay? Travis is really grounded and down-to-earth guy. So he's good for that kind of stability. But she is an artist. She has a creative mind. Jo had that creative mind. I've just always felt she needs that creative mind, She needs that creative mind. And didn't they say that Jo was involved in some of her songs? Because when I was speaking about creative minds and pulled this, it's like they were working together. So she needs a creative mind to inspire her. I don't think Travis is going to inspire her in her music like that. I just don't see it like that. I think Jo, because he was an artist and actor himself, he inspired her and gave her ideas. And I'm hearing different thought concepts to what she's ever even thought about before. She would start to see the world differently. Now, her album, I know this new one's called The Poets, but the last one was quite dark, folky, very poetry, quite arty. And again, I feel a lot of that influence going from Jo. So, no, she's not over him. The new album, I do feel it's going to be critiqued. Like I said, the diehards are going to buy it. It's more critiqued about, I'm hearing Venom, and how long can you do that for? It's getting old. It's starting to get old. And nothing against Taylor's music. Like, I think her music's catchy as hell. I like the lyrics. Like I said, I don't own an album, but battles and arguments, just this kind of aggression. And more it's just going to be a lot of drama from this album by the looks of it. I mean, this is all group arguments. This is literally, look, he's got all the swords. He's taken all the swords from this one. He's like, I've won. Unlucky, mate. Off you go. Run away. Look at me. I'm in power. That's not a great card. And because of this, it's going to be, I think in the public eye, everyone's going to be arguing. It's going to be the diehards defending her and the other people saying she needs to grow up. I'm hearing a multitude of energy. Wow, Spirit, that's an interesting one for today. A multitude of energy. It's a multitude of energies. It's like the public clashing with the critiques. It's going to be It's going to be mayhem. And then I think after that, she will want to settle. I think after that, she is going to want to settle. She's going to be like, right, I'm hearing I've said my piece. I've said my piece, and then it can be calm. But she has to say her piece. And she's been I keep hearing biting my tongue, and she wants to say a piece. And then again, after that, Two of Wands, like I said, moving on, wanting to say a piece, get it over, move on. Now, I will just pull a quick card for Travis very quickly. So how does she feel about Travis right now? Because obviously if you're writing about your ex and you're going to be releasing and singing all these songs, it's going to bring up all those emotions and you're with somebody else. So that's not going to be easy to cover up. It's going to bring out those same emotions. It's like you could be married for 10 years and then hear a song that reminds you of when you're 20 and the guy that broke your heart, you know? So let's just see quickly. How does she feel about Travis? Straight away I heard backbone. Stability and backbone, strengthening her. Resolve. Travis, okay, well, that's a great start. Great, very romantic. Now, okay, still a bit of a... okay, we have the Magician, which straight away means she feels this could be successful because he is really trying to woo her, date her, impress her. He's really being romantic. He's really putting the work in there. He also has this energy where he does think like he wants to be possessive over her. He's seeing her as somebody that's puts her on a pedestal, somebody that she is actually beautiful. She's confident. She's successful. She's rich. This is how he's seeing her. He's like possessive over her. Now, I will say with the Hermit, I still think, like I said, she's going back and reflecting on what's happened with Joe. But then she goes back to these moments again as I'm really happy with what I've got. I'm great. You know, I can have the family and the marriage and everything if I want. I'm on track. I'm hearing I'm on track now. I'm on track now. The thing is, I think she thinks she's on track, but in her head she's not. And I still wonder if Travis hasn't got that creative element in the long term, if it could last. But overall, guys, I'm still getting solid cards to them still after everything. Ace of Cups means relationship. Emperor means long-term stability, commitment. So I wouldn't be surprised if he proposes, honestly. And I wouldn't be surprised in the next two years, maybe, that she's pregnant or they're on about having a kid. If not sooner. But again, I will stick to it. I still feel he is missing that creative element. You know, but maybe she just wants some time off. Maybe she doesn't want anybody to inspire her for an album for a while. Maybe it would be motherhood, for example, if she has kids, and then that will inspire an album in her. But overall, it's going to be mixed with this album. Right, I am off.